Good afternoon, everybody. I'm back with some more Legacy today. I've been rather discouraged, obviously, since the bans, but even before that, I feel like Goblins has really been struggling. This has been probably my worst streak with the deck since I started playing. But I have a lot of ideas that I've tried out. Most of them haven't worked, but this is the one that is maybe getting some traction. So, to talk through my process a little bit, as you know, if you've been watching, I started playing Dual Commander, and that kind of pushed me into the direction. So, okay, maybe Legacy is really hostile right now to creatures just attacking. It's really, there's a lot of combo. There's a lot of like win the game instantly kind of cards, so that the previous turns of the game are sort of invalidated. And this makes going down a combo path myself somewhat appealing. And so after playing all this Muxus and Dual Commander, I was like, okay, how about trying out this, which is sort of trying to adapt the logic of Muxus and Dual Commander into Turbo Muxus, and try to do, like, I liked the Ruby Medallion singular in the Commander deck. I was like, okay, maybe you can do this as sort of like a sticker Goblin at home, and build that way, and then you do like the Skirk, Pilfer, Mogwar Marshal, Horde Master combo to like draw through your deck. And it kind of worked. I think there is maybe something here. Maybe these house quads aren't the right. Like maybe Warchief is better in this shell because of the discount. Maybe that makes a difference. But wasn't super inspiring to me. But I think it's a cool idea that could maybe be iterated on further. And then next I tried, I was thinking about Warchief again. Actually, no, this was before. I was thinking about Irug Squad, because Irug Squad is really good against Blue-Black Reanimator, because you can take the Entomb targets, and their deck is like a lot worse, and you also get to see how they sideboard. It kills Oops in game one. It doesn't kill, but it does a lot of damage to Cephalids post-board or pre-board to take the Oracle, and then you only have to deal with Nadu. And you could take like Oracle plus 2 Nadus or something. There's a number of other decks where your quad is good. So then I was like, okay, I'm going to optimize to be squatting my opponent on turn 2. So I added 2 Grease Wrenches, specifically because they can attack through Tamiyo Plus. So if your opponent flipped Tamiyo on turn 2, you can still attack them for 1 and then prowl Irug Squad. Then you have a 4-power creature, 5 power, effectively 4 power, that can attack Tamiyo pretty well, and then it's 5 CMC, so it can't be Fatal Pushed. Can't be Hydroblasted, so Squad has some appeal against the blue-black decks in general, just based on creature sizing. This didn't play out very well, but I didn't play it very much. This could be, a viable strategy for sure. I don't know. It wasn't initially successful, and sort of I was kind of frustrated by it. Kind of similar to the Turbo Muxus thing. Squad does get stuck in your hand. That's sort of the problem, is that if you can't prowl it, it can really clog up the hand, and it doesn't play that well with kind of the overall play patterns. There's this like post-combat, pre-combat tension of like Battle Cry and Ringleader with Squad. Also doesn't work that great with Lackey some of the time, which is kind of annoying. And then I tried this, which is a very like traditional way to build goblins. Still got the 1 squad in there. But actually with Warchiefs and only 2 Bombardiers, I was just like, what if Bombardiers is sort of throttling deck development just by being like, oh, it's the card you play 4 of because it's the best card, and like that's kind of true. But what if the thing that Bombardiers is doing isn't that strong in the format, which might be true, which I do think is kind of true right now. Maybe. I don't know. We'll say possibly. And the Warchiefs were actually decent in this. I think this was just like a 3-2, but it was like a 3-2 that felt good, you know? So you still get to do it. You got like the Skirks and the Mogwai Marshals and the Goblin Warchief things, like, you know, kind of like we did back in the day. The other, and I do have super shot in ports. And the ports, I played against Control a couple times, and the ports were really good. But still, nothing was like super inspiring to me. So I looked into my kind of deck history, and I came across my second showcase top 8, which was when I played Unlicensed Hearse and Fable in Goblins, and the deck list was almost identical to this, except there was a Gem Palm instead of a Sting Scourger, Warchiefs instead of Heavies, and 3 Pile Drivers instead of 3 Bombardiers. I was like, so I'm just trying to adapt it to modern times. And now, possible, it's supposed to be -1 ringleader to play the 4th Bombardiers, and Bombardiers is just that good. Not sure. But the other major, the discovery I've made that I think I'm actually confident in is that Chalice is actually better than Rep for like the first time in like 5-6 years, maybe. The thinking is basically that the Rebs are too overloaded because they just have too many targets. It's like you have to Reb Tamiyo, but at a specific time. You need to, and you need to do it. You need to draw it multiple times because they do draw multiple Tamiyos, and it's like, oh, I rebbed the Tamiyo, and it's like, oh, big whoop, here's another one. Or like you're setting up to kill the flipped Tamiyo, and then they just play another creature Tamiyo, and you're just like, well, nothing. It doesn't even matter. And so Chalice makes flipping Tamiyo really hard, and then makes future Tamiyos impossible to cast. But also, these decks are all playing Fatal Push or Lightning Bolt and Hydroblasts, and obviously all the cantrips, Thought Seizes, and then against the Reanimator versions, you're stopping Entomb Reanimate. Now that they only have 1 Animate Dead, they actually are a lot worse against Chalice in terms of, like if you cast turn on Chalice and they cast Entomb Response, it's no longer, oh, they just cast Animate Dead. It's like there's only 1 Animate Dead. So Chalice seems like a really good way to, and I kind of had this experience as the Reb thing against Cephalids where, Reb stops the Cephalids combo, but only 1 time. Chalice just locks the Nomads and the Shukos just in their hand. So I've actually been really impressed with Chalice so far. So I'm 2-1 in this league. I beat Cloud Post and something else. I forget what. And I lost a close one to D&T. I think I mulliganed. I put back a Skirk Prospector in game 3 on my mulligan to 6, and that ended up costing me the game. I kept a Sling Gang instead, and I never got the Sling Gang in play. And I ended up losing. I lost to Ophelia flickering my vial over and over again because I played Bombardiers, they plowed it, and then they cast Felia on the next turn, and I didn't have a second Goblin to pair with my Expert. And so if I had just had the Skirk Prospector off the vial on turn 2, and then Expert off the vial on turn 3, I would have been able to kill the Felia. Also, they had a couple critical in the whole match. They drew Thoughtseize on like really critical turns. It's like I draw Ringleader and I'd be able to cast it on the next turn, and then they Thoughtseize the Ringleader. I think that happened twice. So I had a 4-1 and a 3-2 with this build, I think, and now I'm 2-1 again. So reasonably positive. So we'll see if we can keep going. I'm not as confident on the Fables as the Hearses. The Hearses have been really good. The Fables have been like good, but have been hard to resolve a couple of times. This hand's really slow. We don't want to. Okay. I think I'm just putting back second lackey. This hand probably wants to go turn 1 Vial, turn 2 Hearse, Violin lackey. If I had something better to do with the lackey, I might be inclined to just try to jam both lackeys, but House Squad isn't like particularly good off of lackey. Tundra. Ponder. Okay. So this could be controls, could be cephalids. Could just be Bant Nadu. Punish for not leading on Cavern, I guess. It's kind of bad if this gets Force of Will, but I think if they had Force of Will, they would have forced Vial. This kind of telegraphs I don't have anything going on, which makes it maybe wrong, but... So, I mean, if this Hearse was a Goblin, I would be probably incredibly far ahead, but... That's the price we pay to not die 2 Entomb on turn 2. I wonder if I'm supposed to just like not attack with not put in the lackey just to be more like obscure more information. Beanstalk, prismatic ending, Zenith. Okay. It's probably Bant Nadu then. Yeah. That kind of sucks for me. Okay. Let's draw Bombardiers. How about no? Do I keep the lackey around? I think I do. Kind of unfortunate lackey was just Raging Goblin this game. But at least I feel good about putting back the second one. Here comes Nadu. Yeah. If we get a turn here, we have a lot of really good draws. Okay. It's a very strong Nadu hand. Turn 2 Nadu with, I guess it's turn 3 Nadu plus Safekeeper. Okay, we drew land. This is kind of worst possible scenario. Oh, I should have accrued Hearse with this. Build up more goblins. Probably doesn't matter, but yeah, I could have a 1-1 in play. It could matter if I draw like Battle Cry. Terrifying Brainstorm. Now this will be a matchup I'll miss Reb. Cub. Fetch land probably. Yeah. That's insane. Yeah, Brainstorm probably just won the game. Okay. Had to go through all that to just have nomads. I was not drawing anything. All right, Dismember, Reb, these guys. Do I want Chalice? Or a flute? Probably not flute if they're playing, Safekeeper plus Cub plus Nomads is a lot of ways to trigger Nadu. Sting Scourger kind of sucks. I think I'll do this. I'll do 2 Chalices. I needed 2 removal spells. I needed a removal spell for the halfling, and then either like a finisher threat that would force the Nadu to block, or straight outright kill them, or like I'm trying to think like what else could that Hearse have reasonably been? Because it's not like it would have been a Muxus. I'm playing 2 Muxus anyway. Could have theoretically been a Ringleader. Could have theoretically been a Bombardiers, which would have been good enough. Could have been a Battle Cry, I guess. Yeah, Battle Cry would have been good enough. This is definitely a matchup where the Hearse Fable changes are going to make the deck worse, I think. I have a lot less removal than regular Goblins. I've got only 3 Experts, no Gem Palm, instead of 4 and 1. I haven't been playing Gem Palm that much, though. Yeah, this hand's pretty good. Misses a black source, but if I really need to, I can pitch Expert. Probably still play the Skirk, though. I can end up hardcasting this Fury pretty quickly. I can turn 3 hardcast Fury. Black source is nice. No mana dork on 1. If they play mana dork this turn, then Kind of awkward. I can only pitch Cast Fury plus Wasteland. I can't like Expert plus Wasteland. Because I do very much want to Wasteland them. Flute. Okay. Well, now I'm Wastelanding them. Name like Bombardiers. All right, that does not work. You can't Flute Skirt Prospector. It's a mana ability. All right, we're drawing more lands. But opponent's getting pretty low. As long as we draw one or two more threats, I think we should be good. Okay. He gives me max speed. I think I just play Fury here as a big guy. It denies... No, it doesn't deny me anything. Yeah. So now they go to 8. They play a Nadu. I Expert Nadu. And they should be dead. That's a pretty cool max speed off of the fetch land. Oh, okay. Ooh, I could have sacked... Don't want that. Jesus Christ. Okay. We haven't drawn a spell all game. If my opponent can go... Nadu plus Nomads next turn, I do probably lose if they have a plow here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Didn't have it. All right, give me like anything. How about nothing? Wow, we drew just all lands. I mean, I can turn off the fetch land for whatever that's worth. Okay. There's the matrons. Do I want Chalice more when I'm on the draw? Like, Chalice would have been nice in that spot, right? Where I don't have to worry about them drawing Nomads or Shuko. They might not have Shuko. I have been kind of running out of threats, so I'm reluctant to cut a threat, but I can't really cut answers either. I often cut a Sling Gang or a Muxus. Or not really Muxus. Well, you can't. Maybe I do cut a Muxus on the draw here. I think that's reasonable, actually. This is sort of a weak hand, but it has a Fury. I think... I think I have to mulligan. Yeah, his hand's way better. Okay. They mulled a 5. I think I'm putting back Lackey, because I think my curve is going to be Dismember Chalice Bombardiers. And I can't risk putting back a land and missing my 3rd land drop. I have to play Bomba on 3. Forest Green Sun. Okay. Next, that's pretty good. Do I want to think about what land I'm playing? I think Cavern is okay. Kind of want to hold on to the Fetch just in case I draw another land and then I can Surveil. Cat. Another Zenith. Okay. Fable's pretty good. I might end up just throwing this Chalice. Okay. Matron. Is that better than Fable? I guess it kind of is. So if I need to Bombardiers the Nadu, then I'll need to be throwing Matron. What am I getting here? Probably Expert. Because I'm going Bombardiers, throw, kill, Nadu, then maybe Expert plus Wasteland to activate Bombardiers. I gotta hope this Chalice stops their combo. Looks like they have Zenith for Safekeeper. No Cub. If they don't have a land, that's okay. Depends on what this Nadu hits, I guess. That's smart. Put a land on top. That's really insane. Mill Hydro. Hit Plow. Okay, so it's a 5/6. 5/6 is a very annoying number for me. We're on a 2-turn clock. That was a really good Mold of 5 by then. Maybe I shouldn't have dismembered the Dryad Arbor. Maybe that was a mistake. So they have a blank in hand. If I expert the Cub, and then I take 5 from Nadu, I just don't really have a way to beat the Nadu. 5/6 is so annoying here. They really needed land. I think I have to go Bombardiers, no attack. Because I can't throw the Chalice and I can't throw the Matron. Maybe I can throw the Matron? No, I actually can throw the Matron. Because then I can expert. I'm going to give them 3 Nadu triggers, but I think that's just life. I can't let them untap with this Cub. And if they get more lands, I'll die. And they hit pending. Okay. All right, they hit basically complete perfects off of their Nadus. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, I guess Dismember was wrong. But we got pretty unlucky to lose game 1, I think. Flooded out pretty badly. Losing to the Mold of 5 hurts, though. I think we were in a pretty favored spot with our curve out. All right, this is pretty good. Okay. just 3 fetch lands, or surveil land, surveil land. With Nadu Cub when you're chaliced out is kind of insane. Pretty happy that that got dazed. Okay, I guess I'll surveil. Hope Cavern's great. Okay, keep that. It's my favorite thing. It's my favorite thing in Legacy. Totally doesn't make me want to quit the format. This exact thing. I probably get thought seized or wastelanded. I guess I could have played a fetch to play around getting wastelanded. That seems wrong. Maybe that's right though. If I just get time walked by wasteland, I probably just lose on the spot. Yeah, okay. That was a mistake. Okay, no wasteland. Thoughtseize. Yep. Take the Fable. All right. Well, I guess this is like, do you play around Wasteland or not? I can't really. Let's just expose the cavern. Why is this card so freaking hard to kill? Like, they could even just downtick it and take my ringleader now. And I just have nothing. And then they're like up 2 cards. Tamiya is just like a built-in like 4/1. 1 mana 4/1. Okay. Wow. That's pretty good. I think Ringleader is going to be better this turn. Still don't know if this is Entomb or not. Okay, Vile. Great. Might get Bowmastered here. Yeah, of course. At least we get to kill the Tamiya. Probably should have killed the army. There's the frickin' wasteland. I guess that's what they put on top with the surveil. If we had drawn more than 1 card off of Ringleader, I'd feel like we're actually in a good spot, but never mind, I'm dead. can do all that. Sure, whatever. Creator Maker ain't it. We do have a Sting Scourger. So I'm doing that. And I think I do Wasteland here. Because I need my opponent to not be able to crack Clue plus do stuff. Just top deck the Reanimate, sure. All right. God, I hate blue-black Reanimators so much. I don't know if Fables are actually good in this matchup. Which is maybe the problem with the Fables. Yeah, maybe the Fables just need to be a 2-mana spell. It's kind of felt that way, hasn't it? Curve's a little too high. Not sure. I think I can cut the Prospectors. All right, well, this hand's really good against Entomb Reanimate, really bad against Tamiyo Fatal Push, but you can't. That's the thing against this deck, is you can't beat every game plan. You gotta pick one of them. We're also good. We're good against Thoughtseize, too. Underground Sea, Thoughtseize me. Fuck. That is exactly what we're bad against. Alright. Now there's Thoughtseize. Come on. This deck is so broken. There's just no good way to attack it, honestly. Yep, Mux is going to be stranded in my hand all game. Of course, you can dodge Wasteland. Am I even trying to surveil for anything? I don't think I am. That's pretty good. Probably gets dazed, but... Or Hydroblasted. Just never not have the perfect card. Okay. We've managed to hit my opponent for 1. It's a goddamn miracle. Baragoyf. Of course. The perfect counter to the card I just drew. I can't even macabre 2 types to shrink it enough. Man. I guess maybe we get max speed and then we cast Muxus. Seems kind of unlikely, but... And it's the thing. It's like we were good against the Entomb part of the deck, and now we lose to blue-black tempo with Push Thoughtseize Barragoyf. Not allowed to block here. Terrifying Brainstorm. They probably set up Bowmasters off of Barragoyf here so that I don't get max speed and then I can't cast anything. Really strong Force of Will. Hearse would have been good. Hearse would have been good. Hearse would have shrunk this Goyf down to almost nothing and then free blocked it. House Squad like arguably would have been better as a Warchief. Okay. House 2 Muxes. Okay. No attack. Interesting. Expert. 1, 2, 3, 4. It does kill the Goyf if it blocks. So I guess I keep it. Do I Wasteland to play around Fatal Push? No, it doesn't make sense. I'm gonna get my Muxus dazed. I think I play around Daze here. I can Macabre. Just to shrink a Goyf by 1. So I do beat a Fatal Push here. Okay. Okay. Now do I wasteland? Kind of want to. Yeah. Cutting them off double blue and double black is just too appealing. Okay, at this point, House Squad has been better than Warchief. They're at 20. Okay, another expert's pretty good. Okay. Well, let's see if they've been sitting on a daze. They're not. Okay. Holy crap, we won. That's kind of a miracle. That was kind of a miracle. Okay, the experts were good. We'll keep all 3 experts. Muxus. The threat of Muxus was important that game, even though he never entered play, which is kind of weird. I'm scared about Fable growing Goif too much as part of my issue. Which is not something I thought about when I put it in the deck, but that's like definitely a real concern. Let's try just one Fable, but I'm a little scared. It's another like good verse combo hand. But I think I have to keep it. Thoughts, Tamio. Fucking Tamio. Okay, at least we drew a land. Bowmasters. Surveil. Whoa. Whoa. Huh. It says no fatal push, right? I mean, the attack is free no matter what. Now the question is, expert or play Chalice? Or play Lackey Skirk and just really pray for no brainstorm. I guess if it's brainstorm, I still have expert for 4. The way this is playing kind of makes it seem like they have an Entomb line set up. No? Okay. Don't tell me you drew Rainstorm. Engineered explosives. But you don't have a land for your... I guess you just pop. That's... sucks. Alright, Chalice, save me. Okay. Super dead to Baraglyph. It's very hard to play around EE. Murktide, Baraglyph. Nope. Why wouldn't it be the one I can beat? Land? Fuck you. So obnoxious, man. Maybe I was just supposed to expert the Tameo. I had the read. Gotta just let this hit me, I think. I have to draw Ancient Tomb. You hit Borrower? Come on. Sucks shit. Sucks a lot. Sucks so much to lose to that EE. I guess I was really just supposed to expert the Tameo and put in House Squad. All right, let's try cutting these Fables for cheaper cards, which is something I actually did earlier because I built this deck. Now I don't think I'm gonna go all in on these pile drivers. I don't think that's actually gonna work, but I kind of want to try it. Should we just try it for science? Would pile driver have been good in any of those games? I guess it would have been good against cephalids. Just to get the game over faster. No, it wouldn't actually have been good. But I shouldn't be too results oriented. God, that's such a frustrating. You lose to EE. Plus Wasteland, plus Baraglyph. I should have just experted the Tameo. I think that was greedy. But I don't think I'm ever playing around Engineered Explosives. It's such a hard card to play around. And if I hit a land, like, that actually would be fine. Because then I can go House Squad follow up into... I guess I probably still would have played the Chalice even if I drew a land. Didn't really draw my Ancient Tombs, which is kind of unlucky when your deck is like so many 3-drops. Maybe it's kind of impossible to play the 4th Ancient Tomb. Is the problem. I was flooding. I can probably play. Hold on, how many red sources is this? 17. I could cut a mountain for another tomb. I think this is going to make me flood out more. But we just try this? Let's try this and see what happens. I don't think it's going to be good. I should change the name. I don't think the pile drivers are going to be good, but I kind of just want to see it because I haven't played pile driver in forever. And I just want to see if it works. I'm trying to question a lot of my assumptions because I'm losing a lot. I guess like a Mog would have been good. Block the Barragoyfs. Sear Slicer would have been good, kind of the same reason. It's like I can't decide if I need to be more aggressive or less aggressive. That's the weird bind I'm in, is like, do I need more threats in the deck or more answers? And I keep kind of waffling back and forth, and I probably need to pick a lane. Pile Driver into Bombardiers is cool. That's like 9 damage, right? Maybe the Pashalik should be... No, Pashalik's just really nice against the blue-black, against a whole bunch of stuff, really. I think the Nadu match was definitely winnable. I just shouldn't have dismembered the Dryad Arbor. Or at least I should have waited until the next turn. I don't think, like, if they play Nadu on turn 2, I just dismember the Nadu. And that's better for me. This hand's really dependent on what my opponent's on. Like, really dependent. So I think I'm going to mulligan. Great. More of these hands. I'll put back Ringleader. I guess we're aggressive if we can connect with Lackey. So with this pile driver, I'm really going to want to see is like, is this better as a Horde Master? Is this better as a Sear Slicer? Is it better, it has to be a 2-drop basically. So if this Lackey gets to connect, I'm probably... Oh god, that's terrifying. Also, I hate this deck with every fiber of my being. Yep. Yep. Key. Yep. Torn One Ring, probably. No Soul Land needed. Come on. Kozilek's Command for 1? No, just such a stupid deck. I genuinely think they should ban Player Nexus, by the way. Oh, perfect. Alright, opponent, you're allowed to draw lands for the rest of the game, and that's it. This deck is kind of why I stopped playing Legacy for a while, because I find this particular deck absolutely intolerable. It's kind of impossible for their hand to be lands, actually, because if they would lead on like any other land. Karn, One Ring, anything. Sure. Turn 1 double Flesh Raker, turn 2 One Ring is just sort of a joke. Okay, I don't actually need Dismember. Last cut here. Third Chalice. Chalice is like not that good. Turn 1 Flute. Okay. Turn 1 Flute, turn 2 Pashalik, then Skirk plus Piledriver. It's okay. Still loses to like so many things, but I mean, a lot of their hands are play turn 1 Wondering. I do wonder sometimes if I should just like be fluting Grim Monolith. You know what? I'm just going to try it. The deck has so many payoffs for having a bunch of mana that it's like you flute the One Ring, but then they have Mystic Forge or Ugin or Karn or Kozilek's Command plus thing. It's just like you have to stop the mana production somehow. And because Monolith's a mana ability, you can't wait until they cast it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So if I play Planar Nexus next turn plus Ring, I probably just lose. Ancient Tomb doesn't do anything. Oh. This is Pashlik. I guess the Pashlik would be better. It'd be a lot better if it was a House Claude, actually. They would take 1, and then they would take, like, 12 or something. Fleshraker plus Pedal. I can sack both these guys to kill the Fleshraker. Seems kind of horrible. Can Wasteland the Workshop. Kind of have to waste on the Workshop. So I think I just play Piledriver. Or do I Skirk? There's no way for me to, like, if I could activate Pashlik's ability, I'm like 1 mana short of doing that. If it was like activate Pashlik, sacking Skirk and Pashlik, make 2 guys, kill Fleshraker, I'd be okay with it. I can play Skirk, sack it, kill the token. Maybe that's my best line, actually. I think that is my line. I need my opponent to just like not cast spells. But yeah, if Pashlik was... Oh, they didn't cast spells. Ooh, hello. Yeah, just kill this. Just kill this stupid thing. Wow. Whew. Alright. Flew on Monolith, I think probably won me the game. Man. Alright. Do I want Dismember on the draw for Fleshraker? It's so bad. That's what Kinesis and Fury are for. Fleshraker's not that hard to kill. Okay, this hand's great. This hand's pretty good. Hopefully they just like play one ring on turn one and we just flute it. And then they take one every turn. We wasteland them. We have Pyrokinesis for the big guy, or for Fleshraker. Tower. This is tough. My Chalice on 0 here. They have 5 zeros. I guess I might Chalice on 2 eventually. No, that seems bad when I have Null Rod in my deck. Like I could Wasteland here, but that seems kind of risky. I'm just gonna hold up Flute. Okay. Okay. I think I just pitch Expert just because I can't cast it currently. If they have a second Fleshraker, then I will regret that. They obviously don't have a 0, so I won't play the Chalice. We can go Skirk, Chalice 1 plus Wasteland next turn. Nothing. Okay. Another Flute. Okay, that's even better than Chalice on 1. Hit the tower. Jeez. Alright. Got pretty lucky they hit their fill right there. Okay. Alright. Take those. That matchup's usually pretty impossible. So the Pashlik almost cost me the game by not being House Squad in game 2. Ancient Tombs were good. No surprise there. Tap land moment. Unexciting, but I'll keep it. Bottom mountain. Probably Reanimator again. Ponder. Okay. That's usually what I'm hoping for. Ponder shuffle. Yeah, okay. Ether Vial? Ancient Tomb. Ancient Tomb's good. Ancient Tomb is very good. Okay. Probably fetch Mountain, play Battlecry next turn. Keep me unexposed to Wasteland. Thoughtseize. Yep. No. Okay. Ooh, that changes things a little bit. I think if they're gonna Wasteland me, it's kind of tough. If they have one Wasteland, I think I would actually prefer that they Wasteland a Badlands rather than this Ancient Tomb. If they daze this, no, okay. Okay. Now do I jam into daze is another question. Probably not. Okay. Ooh, that's really good. Nice. Force pitch days. All right. That was a pretty good pile driver. All right, you're at 12. Tameo. Second Force of Will. Pitch Murktide. Okay. So it's Battlecry and a whole ton of mana versus Tameo. We do get a Surveil here. Surveil here is really good. Yeah. All right. Give me a spell. Nope. Sure. Just for damage. All right, you're at 2. Holy True Brainstorm. Okay. Pretty lucky that they had to force Pitch Murktide. Battlecry was excellent. Piledriver pulled the Force out of will. Force of will. All right, this looks like tempo. This looks like tempo to me. Last cut here. I guess Ringleader's down to 25. Yeah. Can't really mulligan this, even though it's not particularly good, but basic's nice. If it turns out this is Reanimator, then I'm just dead, but okay. Pretty happy with that exchange. What are you playing on turn 2? Oh, Surveil. Okay. Ooh. Okay, that's pretty good. Is that... I guess if it is Reanimator, then that makes sense. Yeah, of course it's Reanimator. Well, I feel dead. It's so annoying that you can play a whole game 1 and not know if your opponent is Reanimator or not. Like, there's literally no clues. I think I just got a Matron for Sting Scourger. Hopefully they can't Thoughtseize me after putting this Atraxa into play. And then I have to win with Pashlik nothing afterwards. Okay. Let's draw Hearse. They might not want to reanimate Atraxa until they get the... Yeah, they Thoughtseize me first. Makes sense. All right, let's draw Hearse. Hearse. They took Pashlik. Interesting. Don't think Wastelanding does anything, but like otherwise all I'm doing is surveilling. So I guess I will Wasteland. Make it harder for them to go. Okay, it doesn't matter. Got a Baragoyf. Or just reanimate. Now there's reanimate. I guess if they... Whoa. If I draw Bombardiers, reanimate's offline. They're at 11. I could draw Sling Gang. How about my fucking Surveil land? That's such a bad draw. have to draw something. How about more lands? Just really flooding. Animated Baraglyph. Wow, would the Wasteland actually have won the game? Ooh. Hello. That was a good draw, finally. They reanimate, they go to 1, and then they can't fetch. Murktide. Okay. Need to draw not much. Hearse is not bad. If I just eat these two, and then throw this at their face, they're at 2, so that if I draw literally any spell, I can kill them. That's worse against Bowmasters a little bit. I think it's the line, though. It's worse if I draw like a 1 toughness creature. Okay, I guess that's a punish. But they need Animate Dead. Oh, they entombed for Entomb. Okay. Come on, deck. Alright. Man. I've been flooding so badly. That's pretty good. Can't beat Bowmasters. Hiya! Let's go! Battlecry Goblin! Alright. Alright. This league has turned out more exciting than the last one. Opponent kind of wasted too much life. Thought seizing me. I wonder if, I mean, Battlecry's just been pretty great. I guess Battlecry is probably the best. Battlecry is like the best mana sink. So even though it's not a mana sink with Ancient Tomb exactly, it kind of is. I don't know. Maybe we should just be playing more Battlecries. Maybe that's the answer. Like the pile driver that got forced was only forcible because there was a Battlecry in play. So if that pile driver was a second Battlecry, it would actually be even better because it would make 2 tokens and deal an extra damage. So an extra like 5 damage. 3 damage. Yeah, 3 damage. PileDriver plays a little bit better with heavy on curve. And the Pro Blue thing does come up. I was thinking about the Pro Blue thing because like I played again. You get against board states against blue black where you have like a Murktide and a flipped Tameo, and it's like impossible to attack. And PileDriver does get you through that. Or like Atraxa, you need to crack back on the kill with Atraxa. PileDriver can do that. It's a pretty good hand. I like this hand a lot, actually. Lackey into House Squad. Follow up PileDriver. Plus Wasteland. We'll probably die on turn 1, but you know. This is the thing. It's like whenever you have a good hand and you're on the draw, you're just like, well, hopefully I'll get a turn. Okay, Misty Rainforest usually doesn't kill you on turn 1. Underground Sea again. Ponder. Okay. If it's Ponder Shuffle, I might just Wasteland. No. Okay, second red source is nice. Mm-hmm. Thoughtseize. All right. Hand's sort of unthoughtseizable. Probably take... It kind of depends on whether or not they have an answer to Lackey. And again, don't know if this is Reanimator or Tempo. Reanimator is more popular by a decent margin, though. Take House Squad, okay. It's not bad. Oh, it's Doomsday. Okay. Well, they're dead next turn. So they need Ritual Doomsday plus Cycler. I guess it could just be land Doomsday Cycler. Do kind of wish I had Wastelanded now, but that's hindsight. Brainstorm, okay. No longer land Doomsday. Pedal. All right, so I mean, if they have a Cycler, I'm dead. Given that they're going to the trouble of casting Doomsday, I'm assuming I'm dead, because otherwise you would just concede, right? Are they thinking about it? Yeah, they can't Doomsday and pass here. Is PILEDRIVER lethal? 2, 4, 6. Wow, okay. Another Wasteland. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it is lethal. So I don't need to play Expert. Right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's exactly lethal. And they have main deck Bowmasters. Sucks to be me. Whew. Nice. Okay, all right. PILEDRIVER hits you for 9. I like it. Missing Rebs in this matchup's kind of rough. No Mind Pick Traps, no Rebs make us really vulnerable to Doomsday. A lot of the Doomsday players side into Baragoyf really, really often, so I kind of want to leave in my experts. So I think I will. Don't think I'll leave in the Hearses, though. Just don't deal enough damage. Expert, at least, contributes to PILEDRIVER, Sling Gang, that sort of thing. Double Wasteland. I don't hate this hand. I'm actually going to keep this hand. I think Double Wasteland and option to ramp out either of those. Oh, Double Wasteland, haha. Oh, I'm dead. That's not true. We could draw Flute or something. How about the worst card in my deck? All right, so we're looking to draw Flute. Are they not casting Doomsday? No, there's misstepped. Yeah. Flute, maybe Null Rod. Chalice. Wasteland plus Chalice on 0 often beats a lot of Doomsday piles. So we probably have like six outs. Unless they have the kill here. Playing or not playing around Reb is a little risky though for them. If you just send it into open mana here. Okay. No Baragoyfs. No LEDs. Okay, so they're not killing me this turn. So there's a chance Wasteland does stuff. I think Flute is definitely my best draw. Days, Fawn, Force. Okay, so there's no Force of Wills. They might have a Fawn, so an upkeep Flute might do the trick. Is stifling me? Oh, they're playing around Rep, okay. Lackey. All right, let's look at the pile here. So they're going to go to 3 cards. There's 1 Edge of Autumn in the pile. Petal, 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 petal. Okay. Don't think this Lackey is going to be fast enough. Oh my god, I drew it. Oh, that's sick. Let's check some other things. 1 ritual. Ritual. 1, 2. They put ritual in the pile to play around flute. That's kind of crazy. One, 2, 3. They might not have boarded in all the fortifications. 1, 2, 3 days is stock, so I won't play around days. So the question is, do I Wasteland now and then try to wait a turn? Or do I flute first? Opponent's got Cavern, Dark Ritual. I'm going to double check this Dark Ritual. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there's definitely a Dark Ritual in the pile. So Ritual Edge. Man, if I had led on Ancient Tomb, then I just would have drawn the wrong card and died. Ritual Edge, Ancient Tomb, or Ritual Edge Cavern. I think I'm dead no matter what I do. I think I have to hope the Cavern is deeper in the pile. Rashadenport would win this game. Do we do it? Let's go. Wow. Okay, I'm very proud of how I played that. Also got insanely lucky to draw the flute, but you know. But catching the 3rd Dark Ritual, the 4th Dark Ritual missing is really important. You got to count your opponent's Doomsday piles, people. All right, we are here for round 4. Started out this stream, this recording, with a ignominious 2-3 after a 2-1 start. Now, we can only go 50-50 here. We're already 3-0. But it'd be really cool to get the 4-1 or the 5-0, so we'll see how it goes. But overall, and PILEDRIVER was good against Doomsday, but that's not really news. But hitting for 9 felt really nice. It was very satisfying. This hand's good. My opponent's 61 cards, so it's like either lands or oops. Well, we've got a lot of graveyard hate for Oops. We've got 5 pieces of graveyard hate, plus chalices, plus flutes, plus null rod, plus Trashmaster, plus pyrokinesis, plus Reb. We have a lot of hate. Hopefully they have a slower hand and we draw, you know, the guy. Hearse. I wonder if I would win this game on the play. Sling, you're going to be a little late. I think this probably would have been a turn 2 kill on the play. Well, I guess they thought seize the Muxus, so never mind. Tap land, go, please. Tap land, go. Or another Thoughtseize. That's allowed. Nope, that's not allowed. That's not allowed. Uh-huh. God damn it. I guess Wasteland wins that game? Alright, let's see. So 3 Narcomoebas. I want to count Poxwalkers. 1, 2... 2 Poxwalkers. 3 Narc, 2 Poxwalkers is enough to make Pyrokinesis not work. But I might board it in anyway. Because there's enough like niche situations where it matters. Okay. We have a lot of cards we can cut, so let's do that first. Can't really cut any lands, unfortunately, without being short on red sources. Can't cut any Ancient Tombs, obviously. Can't cut any Wastelands, obviously. Do I cut Matrons? Is this the cut Matron matchup? Might be. I've like trimmed a Matron to 2 Versoops before, but we'll see if this works. Probably doesn't matter 99% of the time. Turn 1 Chalice on 1, turn 2 Wasteland you, nothing. Think we can do better. Turn 1 Flute. What am I fluting? Probably just hold it up and see what they do. If it's Spy, I could flute Dread Return and then hope to draw Wasteland. Let's put back second heavy. Or, no, I can put back Ancient Tomb. Yeah. They kept 7, so I'm probably dead no matter what. This is holding it up is better if they play Charbelcher. If they do nothing on turn 1, I probably flute name. they Thoughtseize me here, I'll flute Dark Ritual. Okay. I think I lose to Memory's Journey. I think I just take a 50-50 here. I don't think Naming Ritual makes sense now. Is it pure 50-50? Spy or Informer? I guess it's conceivably easier for them to cast Informer than Pass than play Spy. All right, let's see if I guessed wrong. Jesus Christ. Stupid. That's so stupid. I'm gonna die to that. For sure. Just mind twist you, reanimate your guy. I mean, there's literally nothing I can do about that. I could draw Bombardiers, I guess. Kill the house squad. Throw my flute. Their hand was kind of insane. I'm assuming I named correctly with the Undercity Informer thing. I doubt they keep a hand that does this and this alone. Oh my god, you're also Belcher. Fairy Macabre. You don't do anything. This is going to be like the dumbest way ever to lose to Oops. I guess I'm glad I have Pyrokinesis in my deck. You're going to have max speed next turn, cast Belcher and kill me. I can feel it. I think I'm on past the point of no return here. I guess Bombardiers still stabilizes me. Not the best. I could have just fluted Dark Ritual. Don't really... I don't know. Maybe you're supposed to do that more often. But I mean, they also have Cabal Ritual, so... I think I'm just dead, right? Because I Block here, I take 5. That's nauseating, straight up. Straight up nauseating. I exactly die. Frustrating. Oh, wow. Actually kind of close to stabilizing that game. Whatever. Got Mind Twisted on turn 1. Like, Mind Twist on turn 1, put a Rally Master in play. Pedal, Ritual, Thoughtseize, Cabal Therapy, Reanimate. Kinda nuts. I think when opponent just went Pedal before doing anything else, I probably should have played Ritual in response, or fluted Ritual in response to Pedal. I think that actually makes sense. All right, go for the 4/1. I like this hand. I think my opponent's on blue-black. Yep. Hopefully this Hearse wins the game for me. I can beat a Daze. All right, we're in. No Surveil. But Masters is fine. I think I play heavy into a Daze. Try to get Ringleader resolve. Maybe heavy's better. Maybe Pashlik's the play there. I'm kind of scared of a second Daze now. Sting Scourger's not bad. Yeah, okay. I messed this up. I should have sequenced this the other way around, because I'm going to do this anyway. And I'll just Surveil for another land. Ponder Shuffle, okay. Show me a cavern. Bombardiers. Bombardiers is pretty good. Yeah, I think that's probably good enough. I think this probably eats a Force of Will. Or they push it. Or they don't. Okay. Unexpected. Might borrower my Hearse. Yeah. Am I gonna die? Well, I do have Sting Scourger. I think I fling the Hearse. Put them to 9. What if I fling Pashlik? Deal 6. Put them to 7. And I can't reanimate. And if they go Entomb Reanimate, yeah, I think I'm pretty safe to fling the Hearse actually. Go to 9. If they reanimate, then I think this is okay. 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 If they kill anything, they lose the Bowmasters. I do want to land pretty badly. Push. Thinking about it. Land. That's pretty sick. First pitch ponder. Okay. Very awkward that I can't play this Sting Scourger. If I, I got to attacks. Go face. Bowmasters, no. Surveil. Card on top. No blocks. You're dead? Okay, that felt really good. Still don't know if it's Reanimator or not. It's just kind of torture because I side out lackeys versus tempo of Vials versus Reanimator. I'm gonna opponent has played both. This seems more Reanimator. I think I'm gonna assume it's Reanimator. Bounce Borrower on the Hearse, and then like think about reanimating and then realize life total's too low is what makes sense for me of how that game played out. I think Ringleader is just not where I'm at in this matchup anymore. Two cuts. I mean, Lackey's pretty bad. Notably, if that Skirk Prospector was a Lackey, I think I would have lost because they would have had the army token, and they could have blocked. They could have double blocked. Should I just cut 2 Lackeys as well? I guess I'm boarding in 3 Chalices. Cutting down to 1-drops is not crazy. I'll try that. Feels weird to cut both Lackey and Vial. That basically never happens, but... yeah, I like this hand a lot. If it's turn 1 Tameo, I just have to force it, or dismember it rather. Hate getting thought seized. That's my least favorite thing. Take Bombardiers, okay. I'll take it, though probably just gets instantly killed. Fetching Swamp kind of says no days, so I'm probably just playing Pusher. 1-lander? Alright, that's maybe a little bit too much graveyard hate. I'm actually going to fetch a Badlands because I might be casting Macabre as a 3-mana 2/2 flyer. If they waste me, I think it's okay. Thoughtseize. Unlicensed Hearse. The goat. Okay, I'll do that instead. Force Pitch Ponder, okay. I'm going to leave Pashlik in the graveyard because I want to start eating these for Murktide reasons. Two flyer for 3, let's go. Nice. We're kind of drawing hot fire here. And opponent's bricking pretty hard. Force again. All right. Stun a land. Nice. All right. Got reasonably lucky there, but I'm really happy with game 1. I feel like choices actually mattered. It's pretty good 4-1, you know? We lost to pretty nutty oops hand. Game 1, I could have ripped a Thoughtseize or ripped a Wasteland maybe because I didn't have a black source after that. Other than that, nothing really mattered. But the hearses were really good. I think that's sort of uncontestable. Reasonably happy to have cut the Fables, which I'm a little surprised about. Piledriver was maybe better than expected. House Squad was good. Now we play a third Hearse. I like that this list is pretty good against Bowmasters. Like 2 toughness. Expert, you're kind of fine with it. These obviously, Lackey is the bad one. Skirk's fine. 2 toughness, 3 toughness, 1 toughness. Doesn't matter too much. 1 toughness but gets value automatically. So, there's no, like, Hordemaster's really night and day based on whether or not you get a card off the flip. It's really dependent on that. We never cast Ringleader, did we? We had like Ringleader that looked like we wanted to cast it, and then we kept casting other things instead. So Battlecry was really good. Battlecry might be the sauce right now. It's like every time we drew Battlecry, it's like, oh, that's a really good draw. Battlecry Piledriver is a lot of damage together. They do need, it's kind of weird. Pack Tactics doesn't see Piledriver's attack trigger. Because they trigger at the same time, and Piledrivers, the power changes on resolution, so Pack Tactics won't see, like, whenever you attack, if you have 6 power or more. So if you go Battlecry, Piledriver, activate Battlecry, you have 5 power, so you don't get the token. But if you have any other Goblin in play, it makes Piledriver crazy, because then you get Pack Tactics before Piledriver triggers. So you end up with an extra +2. So say you have, like, Prospector, Battlecry, Piledriver, activate, then that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8 pack from the Pack Tactics, and then another +2, so it's 10. So you have an 8 power Piledriver, right? Am I doing this math right? Yeah, 8 power Piledriver, 10 power Piledriver because it's natural. Because it's I'm getting myself confused. It's 6 puts +6 +0 +2 power, so it's 8 power. Then 11, 13, 14, so it's 14 damage. It's a lot. It's a lot. Pashlik is like, I wished it was a House Squad a couple of times. I was happy with 4 Tombs. We're a little weaker to Nadu was noticeable, but at the same time, just having more pressure would have been good enough. And also, I misplayed in game 3. Dismembering the Dryad Arbor, definitely didn't need to do that. So if this Piledriver isn't supposed to be Piledriver, what could it be? I don't think I want it to be 4th Expert and like a Crater Maker. Even though Crater Maker is good right now. I also wonder, Void Mirror might be better than Null Rod at the current moment. Because against the Mystic Forge deck, they also have, you know, the Fleshraker stuff. They can cast Ugin and just win the game with that. They can cast Karn. And this means that they have to function off of Lotus Petals and their one Mox Opal and like Planar Nexus. But that usually means they can only cast one spell a turn. And they might not. And they need to get the petals into play in the first place. So Null Rod is also good against like Storm. Don't really see a lot of Storm. I guess Void Mirror is a lot better against Omnitel. Maybe that's actually a good reason, because I'm actually quite a bit weaker. Yeah, and Void Mirror also stops Dread Return, so you force Oops into Memory Strain lines, plus also shuts off Petals. Also shuts off Force of Vigor. It is a little sketchy with my Ancient Tombs. You have to be careful about that. But I don't think that's a huge deal. I get a little bit worse against Painter. But against Painter, Hearse is nice to have against Painter. Null Rod's actually not that good. I think Void Mirror actually does seem better. My brain can't really handle PileDriver being the correct choice here. It just seems like it can't be, right? He was really good against Doomsday, though. Kraken for 9. It's pretty sick. So yeah, it could be Seer Slicer, it could be Horde Master. You know, I'm just gonna pull up all Goblin 2-drops that like I have ever played. Type, creature, subtype, Goblin. Okay. So Draconautics, little too mana intensive is what I found with it. Seer Slicers, 1 toughness, which is what I'm trying to avoid. Moira Marauders, 2 hard to cast, and also 1 toughness. Could be Mog War Marshal. Mog is not bad with Battlecry. I'm trying to beat Tamio, though. Could be Mog. Snoop's a little too hard to cast. Crater Maker's a little too weak. Cheering Fanatic is a funny card, but it's like only good post combat. And Goblin Recruiter and Horde Master. Yeah. Yeah, not that many options. I always kind of wanted this card to work. Grim Wanderer. It's a 2-mana 5/3 with flash, but only if a creature died this turn. But you can vial it in. It's kind of like a Sarah Avenger. But the fact, if it was red, I think I would try it. But black is like a little sketchy. It's just hard to make it castable. It's like it has a casting condition, and then also is the wrong color. I mean, we could just play 4 Battle Cries, but that's maybe too much. but maybe not. Battlecry and Horde Master do play a little bit better together because you get the pack tactics and then it's a 3-power creature. Or no, it's not. It's still 2 because it doesn't get the pump. I'm not sure. Well, I'm gonna keep messing with this this list. I think I like this. Battlecry is mana sink. Hearse is obviously good. And everything else felt pretty nice. I like that sideboard change of Null Rod for Void Mirror. I think that'll be better against that obnoxious deck that I hate. I guess I get worse against the One Ring, just being in play. But Void Mirror might... It's not really good against Cloud Post. I mean, it's like okay against... I'd probably still board it in. Yeah, I think that's fine. All right. Thank y'all for watching. I hope me kind of rambling through my thoughts gives people something to consider with their own deck building. I really want to, get Goblins kind of ship shape again. I feel like haven't been really rigorous about stuff, and the deck's fallen pretty hard by the wayside. And I was just discouraged for a long time. But this feels like a good direction. So hopefully we get something cooking up with this. So see y'all next time.